Hello everyone, welcome to Liam's Library. Wasn't going to do a review until next week, because at the end of my last review I told you all that I would be reviewing Stephen King's The Green Mile, book to film, as I am like 4 pages from the end, even though I've read it over and over and over again, and seen the movie over and over again. But, you know, it's worthy of a review now that I'm reading it again. But that's not what I'm going to review today. First of all, I want to start by apologising for how I look like shit. This COVID-19 thing is really taking its toll. My night terrors are back. I can barely get any sleep. I'm up really early. I haven't had a shave for a million years. I'm putting on so much weight because I'm eating 5 meals a day. It's ridiculous. It's bullcrap and I'm hating it. And I just can't wait to get back to work. But on that note, let's talk about what I did this morning. I got up and I put on a movie. I streamed it. A movie that I've wanted to watch ever since I heard about it. It's called Underwater, starring Kristen Stewart. You'd remember her from Twilight, of course. The world's most hated movie series. I actually love Twilight and the books, the movies and the books. I'm in the minority there. So, the internet seems really divided about this movie Underwater. I'm hooked up with 100 horror pages on Facebook, as I tell you all the time, and it's like split down the middle. That movie was crap. I really enjoyed it. That movie was good. I thought that movie sucked. So I wanted to see it. The adverts looked good, and a couple of my movie reviewers that I like on YouTube, they liked it. But they also liked The Invisible Man, that Elizabeth Moss movie that came out. I thought that movie sucked. But Underwater was good. Underwater was really good. I got a few notes here. Nothing major. Well, just a quick run through of the movie and just my recommendations. First of all, I recommend you watch it. If you don't, I'm going to try to keep spoilers out of this because it's a new film. My recommendation straight off the bat is that you go watch it. Turn my review off and go watch it right now. It's very, very entertaining, very cool movie. It starts straight away. Like I said, it stars Kristen Stewart and Vincent Cassel. And that TJ Miller, that funny guy from Ready Player One, that Steven Spielberg movie. He's funny in everything. So straight off the bat, the movie starts straight away. It's about an underwater drilling operation on the Meridian Trench. Am I saying that right? You know, like 36,000 feet below, you know, the surface of the water. And something attacks it. Well, you know, straight away we don't know that, but something blows up a big chunk of it. Literally, you're 3 minutes in, and there's explosions, and Kristen Stewart's running, and she's shutting doors, and people are dying. And you know what? Straight away, you can see she's putting in effort with this acting that she's doing. She's not the blank slate that you see on Twilight. She's a character. She screams, she laughs, she runs, she fights, she has good dialogue, she has good action sequences. Everything she's doing is, you know, the trait of a really, really good actress. So straight away, it's great. People that think that she's a bland, fucking, boring person, watch Underwater, because she's not. She's cool in this. She's really cool. Anyway, so these, 5 people are trapped in this underwater drilling facility. And they've got to put on suits and walk across the darkness of the Meridian, I think, trench. You know, it's a real thing. And they have to get to, escape subs to get out of there. Now, okay, so I'm going to have a look at my notes because, what I really don't want to do is give away spoilers. Sometimes I get really carried away, man, and I'll tell you everything. So I'm going to try not to do that. So, like I said, the cinematography is really good as well, okay? So the cameraman is fantastic. It's really reminiscent of Alien, the original Alien, space pirates, space mechanics, and these are just underwater mechanics, and they're really real, and the way the camera sort of just spins around at the start, it reminds me of the way the camera spins around at the start of the original Alien before you even meet the crew. Really good suspense. Like I said, the comic relief in this is TJ Miller, and he's crack up straight off the bat. And I like it because this movie, even though the subject matter is cliched, they're not, the dialogue isn't cliched. So like, when you think they're going to just and and not talk about what's going on because, it's a Hollywood movie and of course that's what they do. They come right out and say shit. Like, that's exactly what you would say. That's what you would say. It's not cliche free, but it's nearly cliche free, which made me happy. So they find a creature. Now, I'm not going to go into it because there's way more stuff than that. So now I've told you it's a creature feature. Now on the front cover, it's got these big teeth, and it says underwater. So there's something down there. But I'm not going to give away what the creature is, what it does. But when they find the first creature, it does remind me of Alien. They find this thing, they bring it on board. Kind of like that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds, Life, which was awesome. And I think Life is a better movie. So Life is better. So Underwater's a good creature feature. Life is a better creature feature. So watch that horror movie. I digress. But it's cool. The characters just say what we're all thinking. And they mention 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, because that's what you're wondering, and that's what they're wondering, and they just come right out and say it. It's really fast-paced, and the action is easy to follow. So, they're going from this sub to that sub. They're walking from here to there. That explodes. They need to type in this. They need to go there. But with all that going on, you don't get confused. You don't get lost. It's actually really, really easy to follow. And that's good. Fast-paced action, easy to follow, so you get invested. You really do. You get invested with these people. Yeah. So, and it's awesome. Like I said, the comic relief, TJ Miller, he's just like, we all saw that, right? There are things out there. It's like, yeah, straight away. It's like, let's not just pretend we didn't see shit. We saw shit. There's things out there. We don't know what they are. Let's call them things. But, it does, they become more apparent. And it doesn't just show you little glimpses, even though it kind of does at the start, but you eventually get to see these things full on. Yep, rah. Even on the back of TJ Miller's big dive suit, it says we're all mad here. And he mentions Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So there's just cool little references, and I was having a great time with it all the way through. It does kind of slow down when Kristen Stewart goes back under the water for a brief period of time, but then that is just fixed because she comes across something really cool and really scary. And it's the suspense once again is blowing your fucking mind, right? So, like I said, I love Kristen Stewart in this. I had to write it again on the back of my notes because she's like I said, she's not that blank slate from Twilight. She just keeps coming out with it. She actually is this character in this movie. She isn't Kristen Stewart. She isn't that, she isn't Bella. She isn't boring. She's got a personality, and it's a really, really good one. She kills it in this movie, man. Like I said, I'm a Twilight fan, but she kills it in this. The music is really good in this. It's used really sparingly, which is good. It doesn't just dwarf you and let you know when something's happening, when something's going to happen, when there's a big moment. It doesn't just build up and just blow your fucking eardrums out. It lets the movie scare you as opposed to the music scaring you. And it's an interesting choice. It's kind of sci-fi-ish. It's kind of old school, and that I really like that. And I mentioned that in the last movie I watched, that Mum and Dad one with Nicolas Cage. The music was really old school and sci-fi. Super cool. It's a great thing that movies are doing these days. Keep that up. Now, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not giving away the ending. There's a reveal of the creature at the end, the creature. And I'm not giving that away, but the music when that happens is awesome. And the reveal of it is just amazing. It doesn't show you the whole thing, but you're blown away. You are really blown away, and you are in awe of this thing. It's like, holy shit, that is cool. In a movie, in a world where we've seen everything, we've seen this too, but it's just done really well. It's done really well, so you're really interested, and it's scary as shit. So as the movie reaches its climax, there's this music. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Sunshine, the Danny Boyle movie Sunshine, where astronauts are going to the sun to set it on fire again with a big astro bomb because it's going out and we're all going to die on Earth. Now there's this end climax where the bomb is falling into the sun and Cillian Murphy is trying to set it off, and it's just got this really intense, cool music. This is like that. I mean, that doesn't happen in this movie, but the music's like that, and the suspense and the action is such a build up, and that the music is very similar. And then there's even a moment, like just a moment, where Kristen Stewart has this slow motion thing. Sorry, my dogs are barking outside. Ugh, annoying as shit. So there's even this moment where Kristen Stewart has this really slow motion moment, and it reminds me of Cillian Murphy in that movie. Cillian Murphy. I always say it wrong. In the movie Sunshine, where he's like blowing it up and it all slows down, and it's just this moment that we're having with him, and it's like that in this. Kristen Stewart, we're having that moment with her, and then she says this cool line reminiscent of Jaws, smile you son of a bitch, and it's super cool and it blows you away, and it's really perfect. It's really perfect. Now, there's one thing I don't like. The newspaper exposition at the start of some of these movies. It's like, we would have picked up on everything that was going on. Yes, they're in an underwater drilling operation. Yes, there are creatures outside. Yes, it's all getting fucked up. And the people who survive. So why at the start of this movie do we have to have newspaper clippings while the cast and the names and the producers and the executive producers are coming up telling us about this underwater drilling? The Meridian Trench. This and this and this. The characters talk about it in their dialogue well enough for us to get it. So to me, that was a bit too cliche. The movie really could have done without it. It's at the start of the movie and it's at the end of the movie. It's like, we don't need that closure and we don't need that introduction. The movie is good enough on its own so that we don't need that. So that was, it's a little nitpick, but like it was kind of shit. But it was like, yeah, that movie stood well on its own. We didn't need that. We didn't need that. Now, this movie only got 48% on Rotten Tomatoes. That sucks. I've been watching movies lately that are right up there with their ratings, and I only really review stuff I love. The only, the one thing I think I've got on my channel is the book The Good Guy by Dean Koontz, because I thought it sucked, so I reviewed that. But I normally review things that wow me, that I like, that have more things that I like than that I don't like. Now, the fact that this got 48% on Rotten Tomatoes pisses me off. It's like, man, it should have got more. I'm not Rotten Tomatoes. I'm just a critic. I'm just a person. But it should have got more than 48%. It was a great, fun ride. The acting was stellar. The cinematography was great. Couldn't really fault it. It wasn't like groundbreaking, but there was nothing wrong with it. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly say this, even though I probably shouldn't. It stars one of my favourite movie monsters. Once you realise who the monster is, it starts with a C and it ends with a U. You can work it out. I won't give away more than that. You'll probably hate me when you work that out. Sorry. But yeah, so anyway, like I said, a short and sweet review, everybody. Please look after one another. And remember, tune in next week when I review The Green Mile book to film. That'll be quite a long review, I think, because I want to do this justice. I want to do the book justice and I want to do the film by Frank Darabont justice. So probably next Wednesday, I'll upload that. So check that out. Take care of one another. Read some really good books and watch some great fucking movies. See you later.